here for you. This is News Views, a newscast for Champaign-Urbana, Illinois, and the world. This is Bill Ratner speaking. And now, Michael Badger.
You're ready, you can start.
Hello and welcome to News View. I'm Michael Badger. This is a look at news I find on the internet around town sometimes. And our first story tonight for Friday, December 8th, 2011, is two have been shot dead on the Virginia Tech campus today. This according to NBC News. In Blacksburg, Virginia, two people, including a police officer, were shot dead on Thursday. At Virginia Tech, the same place, 33 people were killed in 2007 in the deadliest mass shootings in modern U.S. history, according to a university spokesman. Officials warned everyone to seek shelter while an armed suspect was at large on the campus. They don't know if the suspect fled or the extent of the injuries to the suspect or to the officer, said NBC News' Pete Williams. They say it was not someone walking around firing shots, and a Virginia Tech alert described the suspected shooter as a white male wearing gray sweatpants and a gray hat with neon green brim and a maroon hooded shirt, carrying a backpack. This, of course, as the Washington Post points out, happened soon after the conclusion of an administrative hearing here examining the university's actions in 2007 when 32 students and faculty were massacred. Officials said a police officer and another person were shot and killed Thursday, and the suspect remained on the loose. During about a 1-hour period, the university issued 4 separate alerts. Universities are required under the Clery Act to provide warnings in a timely manner and to report the number of crimes on campus. Virginia Tech is also appealing a $55,000 fine levied after the 2007 shootings because it said it acted appropriately based on the protocols on campus at the time. The university's police chief, Wendell Flinchum, testified Thursday morning that there were no immediate signs in the dorm to indicate a threat to the campus. But the shootings were believed to be an isolated domestic incident and that the shooter had fled the scene. And in other news, former Illinois Governor Rod Blagojevich has gotten 14 years in prison for corruption, that according to CNN. Federal judge sentenced the former Illinois Governor Rod Blagojevich to 14 years in prison for corruption on Wednesday. Blagojevich, who turns 55 Saturday, must start serving his prison term within 90 days. And he must also pay a $20,000 fine. Blagojevich told reporters while leaving Chicago's federal courthouse that, quote unquote, "this is the time to be strong. This is the time to fight through adversity. This is the time for me to be strong for my children." That was said by Blagojevich. He also said, I've had plenty of time to reflect on all that's happened, and I'm here convicted of crimes, and I'm accepting of it, acknowledge it. The district judge, James Zagel, said it comes late, quote unquote, before he imposed the prison sentence after hearing Blagojevich. And he also noted that Blagojevich did not resign as governor despite the indictments, but if he had, he might have helped show he accepted responsibility. So Blagojevich is out for 14 years in prison, probably. And in other news, according to Fox News, Attorney General Eric Holder on Thursday suggested that the weapons lost during the course of the failed Fast and Furious operation of gun running will continue to show up at crime scenes in the U.S. and Mexico for, quote, 4 years to come, unquote. That's for years to come, said Holder. And next story, the FBI, according to the Chicago Tribune, is saying no crimes in the champagne pepper spraying. Federal officials say no criminal civil rights violations occurred during an incident earlier in the year where police in Champaign used pepper spray. Some residents alleged policy brutality after the June arrest. The Champaign News-Gazette reported Monday that the FBI finished reviewing the facts and circumstances surrounding the arrest. The FBI says the review didn't reveal any federal criminal civil rights violations. The city manager of Champaign, Steve Carter, has said that he found the arrest troubling because the arresting officer used pepper spray and other tactics in detaining the subject, who was reportedly stopped for jaywalking. Welcome back to Newsview. I am Michael Badger, presenting you with news and a local weather forecast for the South Central Illinois area, which includes Springfield, Decatur, Champaign, and that's about it. And Urbana, of course, because this is Urbana Public Television. You're seeing this on, probably. And more news continues with an Israeli strike killing 2 suspected militants in Gaza. And the Gaza Strip, says Ibrahim Barzak of the Associated Press, an Israeli airstrike on a car near a crowded park in downtown Gaza City killed 2 militants on Thursday. This is the second missile strike this week after a period of relative calm. And the Gaza militant group, the Al-Aqsa Martyrs Brigades, threatened tough and painful revenge for the killing of a senior member. 5 bystanders were wounded. 5 of them were wounded, and this was in Gaza. And in other news, according to MSNBC and NBC News, Chuck Todd, Mark Murray, and Domenico Montanaro and Brooke Brower, the attacks on Newt Gingrich are beginning. In the last 24 hours, when I am reading this, and when this was written, that is, Mitt Romney's campaign has started its attack on Newt Gingrich, they say. First, it launched its latest TV advertisement, which has Romney saying that he mentioned what he mentioned at the November CNBC debate, and that is, quote, "I've been married to the same woman for 25, excuse me, I'll get it in trouble, for 42 years. And this is only the beginning of attacks on Newt Gingrich, and they go on, but we're going to go on to our first sports story of the night, and our last. Pujols has been signed on with the Los Angeles Angels baseball team, outbidding the Marlins and the Cardinals. And this is in the WashingtonPost.com website. There, I'm getting this one. It's everywhere, folks. So, but we hope you're getting it here. Albert Pujols, who was playing for the St. Louis Cardinals, played a pivotal role in the 2011 World Series, but he now has reportedly agreed to a multi-year contract with the Los Angeles Angels. Pujols, who will turn 32 years old in January, has agreed to a 10-year deal worth $250 million with the Angels. The Miami Marlins fell out of the running Thursday, and the Cardinals came at their free agent with an impressive offer, but the Angels were a late entry into this sweepstakes. A third unnamed team, Theo Epstein and the Chicago Cubs, may have gotten into the action trying to court Pujols. And they say the Angels could be the ideal team, or are the ideal team in many respects for Pujols. And since the American League has the designated hitter and does not play the Cardinals, the only team he's ever played for. The big money move by the LA Angels took many by surprise, but for a franchise that had come off of two disappointing seasons, they say the time seemed right for a shake-up, quote-unquote. And it goes on, and you can see more about that online or on the radio. Well, Pujols is leaving the Cardinals for the Los Angeles Angels, and I am leaving to do the weather after this break, so stay tuned.
1-800-222-1222. 1-800-222-1222. If you think it might be poison, then the first thing you should do is call 1-800-222-1222.
For poison emergencies or just questions, the Poison Control Center hotline is here 24/7 with the expert help you need.
If you think it might be poison and you don't know what to do, call 1-800-222-1222.
Here's your News View weather forecast for the weekend. Tonight, Friday night, low temperature of 12 degrees Fahrenheit with clear sky. Saturday, a high temperature of 29 degrees Fahrenheit and sunny skies. And for your Saturday night, mostly clear skies with 23 degrees Fahrenheit for your low. And Sunday, sunny skies with a high of 39 degrees Fahrenheit. And Sunday night, mostly clear skies with a low of 25 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm Michael Badger, and stay tuned for the end of NewsView and the weather graphics.
Safety.org.
It's the most popular book in the history of the world. Since its first printing, over 6 billion copies have been sold. It's been cherished, loved, banned, and burned. It's the Holy Bible. Christians believe it's the Word of God. Others say it's full of lies, myths, and fables. The Bible on Trial.
You are now a jury of one. What is your verdict?
Teenager Ashley Taylor learned about car accidents involving power lines during a high school program. She learned the steps to take to stay safe, but never dreamed her knowledge would be put to the test. She was riding with friends a few nights later when their car hit a power pole and brought down live power lines.
I could have lost my life that night. Just knowing that I had so many plans after high school and stuff, all of that was just running through my mind and stuff. I feel like I'm the luckiest person living. It happened so quick after we learned all about it, and that we actually got to use that information to save each other's lives. And really lucky.
Would you know how to survive such an accident? Stay inside the vehicle except when there's fire, and know how to get out safely if you have to. See Ashley's story, learn more about power line safety, and care enough to share it with those you love. Visit safeelectricity.org.
Be sure to join Hans, Aldo the Crow, the mayor, his daughter Adelaide, Gretchen and Elsa, and the people of the town of Friedensdorf as they learn the true meaning of Christmas